Hey, what is up, guys? It's Cam Bam here. Since it is June 1st, halfway through the year officially today, I decided I was going to make a albums that have come out from this year so far, tier list, and we're going to rate each album that I've listened to. I think we've got like 7 albums that I've fully listened to through the whole album, and we're going to be ranking them like worst to best on a tier list, and we're also going to be rating them individually, like a number out of 10. And we're going to be talking about the 3 favorite songs of mine on those albums. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, for the first album we have is not actually an album, it's technically an EP. I forgot to say that in the intro, that we're going to accept EPs as albums in this. I've only got like 1, I think, or 2 actually, 2 EPs. And this is the first one. It's actually the shortest one of all of them, and it's Logic's Aquarius 3. Now, I actually loved, like I said in that last video with my albums of 2024, I loved his last album, Ultra 85. That was a phenomenal album, probably my favorite album of that year. And in general, it was such a good album. Had one of my favorite songs from that year as well. But anyways, Aquarius 3 was decent. It wasn't anything game breaking like Ultra 85 was to me. It was just kind of mellow, and he didn't really do much with it. I felt he did some good songs, but I felt they were also in a way kind of boring compared to what he had in 2024. But that doesn't take away from the album itself or the EP itself. It's actually not a bad album at all. I keep saying album, EP. It's not a bad EP at all, and it's just kind of mellow. I don't know how to describe it. It's just kind of not bad, but not good. It's just kind of in the middle. So this one's probably going to be like a 6 or probably 7 out of 10. It was not bad. I only didn't like one of the songs, and of course one of them was just him talking about his like future self. So it's pretty much only like 4 songs on the album, technically. All right, so my favorite songs on this album are the ones that, like I said, there's only 4 songs on this album, so I'm going to do my top 3, which would probably be This Is the Way, Then Universe, and then Not a Game. Those 3 are actually pretty good songs. I really do enjoy This Is the Way. I feel like that's the best one. I think that's the first one in the EP in order, and it's actually not a bad song at all. I really do like that one. The 2 others are actually okay. They're not bad. They're just kind of mid to me. But yeah, I think that's a good album. I'm going to go with 7 out of 10 for that one. All right, next on our list is David Kushner's 20 Years From Now. And this album is actually, this is actually another EP. This was a pretty good EP. There's only like 1 song I don't like on it, and it wasn't bad. It was just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like David Kushner doesn't go really all out with the instrumentals. He has more of a cinematic, low, mellow tone to his songs sometimes. That's why I liked Darker Side so much. Is because that one kind of went away from that. It kind of made it more hype. And I wish he'd do that more with his songs. That song was like the only one that actually gets me truly hyped. The rest of his songs are not bad. They just are more mellow, and they're just more mellow. Anyways, my rating for this album would probably be like an 8 out of 10. It wasn't bad. I really did like a few of the songs on there. But my top 3 songs on this album will probably be Empty Bench, Beautiful Things Don't Ask for Attention, and Love Worth Saving. These songs are all really, really good. A lot of people, I would think, I don't know for sure about this, but I think a lot of people would love Love Worth Saving for those who are David Kushner fans. That one's not bad. It's just like I really did enjoy Empty Bench. And the funny thing is that one didn't come out this year. It came out last year, but then it became part of this EP. So I'm going to count it. It was actually a really, really good song. I really enjoyed that one. And like I said, there's only like 1 song, I think, on this whole EP that I don't like, and there's like 7 different songs. So it's a pretty good EP. All right, next up we have Ian Dior's Nothing's Ever Good Enough 2. Now, I am actually an OG Ian Dior fan. I really got into his music right when he started getting popular. I think I started getting into his SoundCloud like songs right before they became big. I was really into songs, and I was there on day 1 whenever Nothing's Ever Good Enough 1 came out, the first EP. And that one was really good. Like, it only had like 2 songs, I think, on there that I didn't care for. This album wasn't bad by any means, or yeah, EP. I don't know if this is an EP or an album. I couldn't remember. But this album, we'll say, is actually not bad. It just has some bad, really bad songs on there. And then there's really good ones. Like, And another con for this album is it didn't sound anything like Nothing's Ever Good Enough, the first one. It didn't sound anything like it. This was like a whole different kind of style. So I don't know why he titled it Nothing's Ever Good Enough 2. I think he was just trying to get people hyped. I mean, I mean, it's not a bad album. And there's one song in particular on this album that I really do enjoy. I'm going to give that away. The top 3 I have on this album, Not Fair is my number 1. 2 is Different Lifestyle. And I know a lot of people don't really care for that one, but I really did like that one. And number 3 would probably be Halo. I think Not Fair and Different Lifestyle are my 2 that I actually really can listen to over and over again. Halo is somewhat that way. I just really kind of didn't care for Lil Sky's part. I feel like he's fallen off recently. Anyways, this wasn't a bad EP at all. I don't know. I felt like it didn't sound anything like the first one, and that kind of brings it down a bit. So, and this had 8 songs on it, and I didn't like 3 of them, and especially the last song. I don't know what he was thinking by releasing that song. I remember I hated that song. Like, it didn't even sound good at all. It sounded like it wasn't even made correctly. I don't know. I don't know what they were singing with the last song. I think it was called All My Exes. That song was trash. And the rest of the songs aren't bad by any means. The most popular one by far was, what was it called? It was called, I forgot what it's called. It's the one with DC the Don. I forgot what it's called. I'll have to look it up. Next to You is the song I was thinking of. That one I didn't enjoy. That was actually one of the ones I didn't enjoy, which happens to be probably the most popular song on this album to people. I didn't care for it at all. The beat was super weird to me. I didn't care for it at all. I do like DC the Don. I felt like he's fallen off recently. I did like his like beginning of his career when he was like becoming a rapper. But yeah, this song wasn't it for me. I did not care for it. It wasn't about Ian Doer's part or DC the Don's part. It was mainly the beat. That whole beat sucked. I don't know why he chose to go with that beat, but it was not good at all. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 7.5 on this album. And like I said, it wasn't bad. It wasn't super good. It was a little bit more than mid. That's where I'm going to rank it. So our next album we have is actually from an artist I know. I probably am going to bet money on none of you know this artist or the album individually. It's Grabbitz, and his album is called The Big Epic Nothing. This album was phenomenal, and I actually got into Grabbitz from a Walking Dead trailer from The Ones Who Live. His song was featured in that trailer, and therefore I got into that song and him and as an artist overall I found out about. His first 2 albums in his career were horrible, but then after that he got into more new kind of style. His first 2 albums don't sound anything like what he sounds like now. And he's actually gotten a whole lot better. And this album might possibly be my favorite album from this year so far. This album was very good, and I was very surprised. I think there's only 1 song on it that I didn't care for, and there's like, 11 songs, I think, on it? I can't remember. But this was a bigger album compared to the ones we've ranked so far, and there's only 1 I didn't like on it. So this one's a very good album. The first song I really liked was This Is Not Enough, 1987. That one was a really good song. The only kind of thing I didn't like about it was the repetitive parts. He kind of says this is not enough a lot, but I mean that doesn't take away from the song for me really at all, hardly. I really enjoyed how he played the song out, and it's definitely my favorite on the album. 2 is Saint Maniac, and then 3 is I Run and I Run and I Run. This one, those 2 are also very, very good songs. It took me a little bit to get warmed up to And I Run and I Run, but I really do enjoy it now. I actually listened to this album nonstop for like a whole week after it released. I just had this album on repeat. This album's very, very good. I'm not going to shy away from this. I think I'm going to put this at a 9 out of 10. I think I am. There's only like 1 song I don't like on it, and this is a very good album. Like every song on this album has, except for the one I didn't like, has very good thought put into it, very good effort. He's a very talented artist, and I'm so sad that he's not as popular as he should be. He's a very, very good artist, and I mean, it might not be your type of music, but I mean, he should be definitely more popular than he is. He's only got like, I think 2 million followers on Spotify, which is not bad, but it's not super good compared to what he does and how he sings and how his music sounds. He should have a lot more followers, I feel, and a lot more views on his songs. He doesn't have hardly any plays on his songs, barely. he's not as popular as he should be. And that's why I'm going to mention him today, is because he definitely is a lot more than just 2 million followers on Spotify. All right, next up we have Josiah with No Holds Barred. This one wasn't a bad album. I actually came across this album by mistake. I listened to Josiah back when he became popular with his first song, Crisis. And that took me a while to get warmed up to his style. It took me a very, very long time. At first, I hated it because it's just yelling and screaming. But then I realized the beat and him screaming kind of add to it. I don't know. I really do enjoy that song now. And it's weird because at first I couldn't stand that song. But the more I listened to it, I actually enjoyed it. And this album's not anywhere like any different from that song. I feel like he just screams on every song, but it's good. But like I said, it's still good. I think my first favorite would probably be On the Hunt, which actually turns out to be a bonus song for this album. 2 is Booted Up, and then 3 is Almighty Saya. These 3 songs are really, really good, and I love the beats to them too. Especially On the Hunt. I feel like it's a weird beat, but it works. I feel like it works a lot. And that's what made it my favorite beat. It kind of can get annoying for, I feel like, some people, if they listen to that song, they're like, what the heck is this? I don't know. I like that song a lot. But yeah, I think this one's going to probably be, there were quite a few songs I didn't like on this album. Yeah, there were quite a few I didn't like on this album. I'd probably give this one like a 6.5 out of 10. It wasn't anything special. But yeah, I feel like this wasn't a bad album. It was just kind of, I kind of came across it when I listened to it because I remember him from Crisis. And yeah, let's move on. All right, I think we've already gotten to our last one. The last one is The Weeknd, Hurry Up Tomorrow. Now, this was a huge awaited album, and I actually had never listened to The Weeknd. I guess I did listen to The Weeknd. I loved Starboy when that first came out. I loved that. But honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of him. I did like Blinding Lights. I did like Save Your Tears. But I wasn't like going back and listening to his albums fully until this one came out. I was like, why not? He's a very popular artist nowadays. I might as well. And I'm very glad I did, because this album wasn't bad at all. And it had a lot of bad songs on it, but it had one of my favorite songs that's come out this year. Probably my favorite so far. It was called Open Hearts. This song is beautiful. It brings back like an 80s kind of beat, and him singing in this is so good. The whole song is amazing. I love this song front to back. And a lot of people would say probably Cry For Me is the best one. I don't agree. I do like that song. That's one of the ones I like, but Open Hearts and 2 others have been better than that one. Like I said, there are quite a few that I really did enjoy, and Open Hearts is definitely one of them. So my top 3 would probably be Open Hearts. The second one would be Take Me Back to LA, and then 3, Wake Me Up. I had actually listened to Wake Me Up first because it's the first song on the album, and I stopped listening to the rest of the album, but I did really enjoy that song individually. And I was like, I don't know if I should listen to the rest of the album. I kind of got sidetracked. And then I listened to it, and I'm really glad I did, because Open Hearts and Take Me Back to LA are 2 phenomenal songs, and there are quite a few others that I really enjoyed on that album. But yeah, I think this one's probably going to be... There were quite a few songs I didn't like, probably more songs that I didn't like than I liked. Therefore, but that Open Heart song brings it up a bit, because that is my favorite song from this year so far. This would probably be, in terms of consistency, it'd be 6 out of 10. I didn't really care for a lot of the songs on there. Like I said, there's more songs that I didn't like than I liked. But then there's a lot of songs that I liked that were really good this year. Like, they really hit a lot more. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with a 6 out of 10 on this album. All right, our last album, I don't even know if I should call it an album. It's actually the worst album I've really heard in a long time. And to be fair, it is like vaulted songs demos. It's just demos. And this is Imagine Dragons Reflections. And I really have no idea why they would release this in the first place. It didn't bring anything to Smoke and Mirrors. It was mainly an anniversary for Smoke and Mirrors. I think it was the 10-year anniversary. And it just it downgraded everything about that album. I don't know. It made everything on that album sucked. It was bad. And it sounded nothing like Smoke and Mirrors. Like, I can't believe those were the songs they were working with on during that time. Because literally every single song was pure garbage. So that one, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to put a 0 out of 10 on that one. I don't even know. I forgot I was even talking about it. And I was about to go rank these. And then I forgot all about that. And I saw that I had that. Like, oh crap, I got to rank it now. I forgot all about this album. It's so forgettable. It's horrible. I don't know why they would release it. Let's move on. All right, now we're going to rank these albums on a tier list from worst to best. I'm probably going to go with Aquarius 3 at a... I'd probably put this at a B. It was just kind of mid. I didn't love the songs. I liked them. They were just kind of boring. Like I said, when I was rating this one, it was just kind of a mid album. It really was mellow and didn't really do anything, I felt. Although I will say, I forgot to say this when I was rating it, the cover to this album or this EP is super cool to me. I don't know why. It's so cool. I love how he made the streaks of the Aquarius 3, the 3. That's so cool to me. I don't know why. I really liked how he designed that. Anyways, David Kushner's 20 years from now, I'm going to probably put this as a B2. I'm probably going to put it above Aquarius 3, though. They're both kind of just mellow. They didn't really go out there and do much. They were good, but they didn't bring much to the table to me. But these aren't bad albums by any means. They're just kind of mellow for me. Now we're on Nothing's Ever Good Enough 2. This one I'm probably going to put in an A. Because I really did enjoy this album. Like I said on rating it, I had a few that I couldn't stand. I don't know why he added them. But Not Fair really was a good song. Actually, I think I'm going to put this one at B. I'm not going to lie. I felt like it wasn't as good as the first one. It didn't sound anything like the first one. So that's going to take it down a little bit. But Not Fair was a really, really good song. I just felt like there was kind of a lot of forgettable stuff about this album. Honestly, I listened to it for like a week and then I totally kind of forgot about it for a while. All right, now we're on to Reflections. No thoughts about that one. That one's definitely D. Let's move on. Big Epic Nothing. I really did enjoy this album. I think this one, and say what you want to say about Grabbitz and how not popular he is. This album was so good to me. I'm putting this one at S. I just feel like a lot of people don't know who he is because they don't care to listen to them, or they just don't know who he is because he's not as popular as he should be, and there's not many people getting him on their radar. But he's a very talented artist. I really do and like his music. All right, No Holds Barred. Probably gonna be. I might put this one at C. I don't know. It was not as mid. It was just kind of, I don't know. I kind of came across it, like I said, mistakenly. It's still not a bad album. I'm just going to put it at C. I don't think it was as good as these three. And Hurry Up Tomorrow. And because it has my favorite song on it, I feel like I might have to put this one at B, but I really did enjoy a lot of the songs. I think I'm going to put this one only at A because I was going to put it at B because of the amount of songs I didn't like on it. But the songs that I did like on it were super good. Like, they weren't just mellow and boring. They were truly really good and memorable songs. So I think that one's probably going to go into A, even though it, like I said, didn't have many songs that I liked, but the ones that I did were really, really good. But anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of the video for today. I am going to make a video on the singles from this year that have come out so far that I've enjoyed and rating those. Probably coming out with that in the next few days. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.